Hello?
Hello, I was just getting the stream started. Yes. Welcome to Destination Divergence, episode 69. Nice. Welcome back, I should say. When we last left off, you guys had... you were keeping the recently rescued people from the town of Stormhome below on your ship above the mist while you were repeatedly flying down into the mist to see if you could gather any more useful information, useful materials, and so on. There was, unfortunately, some mishaps in distributing the food, which happened to be desserts, and some people got more or less, but regardless, everyone was happy to get at least something sweet during this time to cheer them up a little bit. And I believe that was pretty much the end of that day. It was a long day that stretched over several different sessions. That was just the last couple hours of it. You learned from Daiten that he would under no circumstances allow you to view his portion of the Draconic Prophecy. However, he has promised to reward you with anything you can scavenge from the town below or the riches of the castle below if you can take his people to safety and if you can get into the castle through the undead guard that currently reside within there. Daiten feels that it would be unpleasant for him to have to go down and not only see his former companions in undeath, but have to take care of them himself, so he has commissioned you to take care of that responsibility. And then I believe the party decided where they were going to take these refugees, where they're going to drop them off, and I believe that was the end of the day. Am I missing anything?
I do believe you're correct.
I don't think so, yeah.
So I think we had a plan somewhat laid out here before session.
We totally have a plan, and I will describe it right now. We're gonna fly up above the castle and drop prisoners until Daiten agrees to let us view the Draconic
Dross
Prophecy.
is going
No,
in the
yeah,
brig.
that's what it was.
We are taking the ship to... I am... New Sylvain. I don't remember the name of the place.
It was
New Seer.
Yeah.
New Seer. And we are going to drop them off. And then we're going to come back. It's a really intricate plan. And then take the whole party down at the beginning of the day to do a full, robust undead purging.
Good old-fashioned undead purging, indeed.
So without further ado, Carrick, will you take the ship to the place? Have we done the long rest yet?
We have not,
Officially?
which I was about to get to. So,
Okay.
yes, we ended the session right before a long rest, but now it is time to take a long rest, so if anyone has things they want to do before the long rest, or with the couple remaining... I mean, it's pretty much midnight at this point. You guys have been up pretty late. It's gotten pretty dark. So, who's keeping watch? Is anyone doing anything right before the sleep? What's happening here?
Clement still keep watch.
Yeah, I'm still up on the boat.
All right.
It's
If
the longest
there's-
day. I'm just sleeping.
Yeah, if Carrick has any energy before he goes to bed, he'd start piloting the ship as far as he can towards New Seer.
Okay. I would say you could attempt to with a Constitution saving throw.
Sure.
I feel like you got a little left in the tank that you could try to expend that energy, but it's not going to be easy. All right. Yep. Unfortunately, you begin to pilot the ship, but you don't get it very far at all before the exhaustion of the day just catches up with you all at once, and you are unable to continue.
F. Well, I guess that means you're handing over the reins to one of our Lorandar people.
Gotcha. Would he at least have enough energy to show them how to do it?
Yeah, you're still conscious. You didn't pass out or anything. It's
Okay,
just
cool.
you feel like you're right at that edge, having passed the point of no return before. You are feeling yourself right at it right now. So if you tried to push it much farther, you would just expend your remaining energy and pass out again as a defense mechanism. So you show the couple House Lyrandar agents here that have volunteered to help around the ship a little bit, and hand it over to one of them, and they will drive through the night. So who's keeping watch? Leroy is likely keeping watch.
Clemens will keep watch.
Yes.
Clemens is staying up
I'm
with
back
Leroy
again.
for the first watch at least. So can I get a perception check from each of you?
Wait, where's my thingamadoo? Everything is awful. Let's see. Perception. Boom. It rolled so quickly.
Pretty good. Leroy, you especially with your excellent dark vision can see the mist below, though it's, outside of the range of your dark vision, just your enhanced eyes in general, detect a bit of a change in it overnight that you didn't notice previously. As you're just sitting here, kind of staring over the mist, watching over the people on the boat together, over the course of a couple hours, the mist is getting darker. Clemens, you don't see this so much as you feel it. You can feel like a strange force below you is just getting gently stronger, as if gravity is very slightly stronger here than it was before.
Leroy, you're not hearing anything more about the mist, are you? Not like last time?
I don't think I am. If I am, I'm certainly not paying attention to it. Am I sensing anything?
Besides
Just
what you can
feeling
see,
darker.
yeah, it looks a little darker. Honestly, with a 20 perception check, it's you're not entirely sure. You feel like either the ship is getting higher and farther away from the mist, or the mist is like sinking lower.
It's getting heavier.
Hmm.
I can't describe it any differently. It's heavier.
Yeah. I wouldn't have considered that would be the case, but of course it does seem to be doing that. It's probably getting worse down there too. Well, suppose we continue over it.
All right. So eventually, Clemens, you start to get pretty tired a couple hours in. Are you going to try to push through the night without a rest, or are you going to leave the rest of the watch to someone else?
I'll leave the rest of the watch to someone else.
All right. Do you elect to wake anyone, or are you just going to let Leroy take it?
Am I aware that Warforged can just kind of do it?
So far, you've noticed Leroy has pretty much just stayed up all night, every night, just keeping watch for the party and chilling.
Is there anyone
My
else
man's never sleeps.
Is there anyone else you'd like me to wake to take my place? I don't know if you get lonely up here.
Well, I've got enough voices in my head. I tend to be alright. If you would be more comfortable with 2 people on watch, I'm certainly not opposed to company.
No, I'm not worried about it. I think we need our sleep if you can handle it. Just
All right,
yell
yes,
really
of
loud
course.
if you need us.
Sure, I'll cast Shatter.
Oh, okay. And then Clemens will go to bed.
All right. Leroy, I'm just going to keep your perception check for the rest of the watch, and what you noticed before is confirmed over the night. You just watch the mist with a newfound interest and see it get ever so slightly, just a shade darker. Just a small amount lower beneath you.
It looks like it's getting condensed. Is that the idea?
Kind of, yeah. hard to tell that without,
Sure.
that is a
Impossible interpretation.
impossible interpretation. Yes. All right. So otherwise, your watch passes without incident. There's a few people stirring at the night, some children crying, some
kill
people
them.
having to, some people occasionally getting up and checking if others around them are breathing, which they are just shallowly. Some of them are not doing so great, but everyone appears to be alive. No one's fighting, and the night passes. So I'll move token 30 miles per hour for 8 hours. It's a bunch.
240 miles.
240 miles, thank you. I was gonna say 30 doesn't sound right. Let's go. It's per hour. And when you all wake up in the morning, you're at the edge of the mist, and it's kind of strange. As the sun rises and you can see everything around you much more clearly, just how vast the mist is around you. The fact that you can see the horizon on one side of you is all natural terrain, woods, hills, and then behind you is all just mist. It's kind of even more unsettling than when you were just over the mist itself. But you may all take a long rest, and it is the next morning.
Right. Thank goodness I get to long rest away all of these things.
So the next morning, Carrick is going to first thing try and cast what is it? Create food and water, and pull out his Heward's handy spice pouch and start making breakfast for as many people as he can.
Okay. Are you casting that once?
He'll do it 3 times.
Okay, how much food does create food and water generate?
Let's find out.
45 pounds and 30 gallons of water, enough to sustain 15 humanoids for 24 hours each. For each cast, I mean.
Okay. So there are 73 people on the ship, 81 with all of you included, although Leroy does not eat. So that's 80 people total that you're going to need to take care of per day.
I'll eat my own rations.
Tough. We were at such a nice round number before.
I was also going to throw 3 create food and waters into the
Hey.
All right, so that's
sustenance.
So that's 3 from Milos, and how many did Carrick say? I missed.
3 as well.
3.
So we got
90
breakfast.
people.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's everybody.
It's fucking perfect.
Thank you, artificers.
I know, right?
So without barely having to dip into your month's worth of food for the party at all, you guys just eat from that, and then the artificer's spells. This will help keep track of the bookkeeping here much better. All of the food needed for all of the people aboard the boat are generated by the artificers. And you don't even need to dip into your rations at all because you're covered within that group as well. Perfect. So you guys still have a month worth of food stocked up on the ship.
And he'll spice it up so that it actually tastes good.
All right.
Perfect.
Very good.
And then he will spend the rest of the day flying to New Sphere. I assumed we flew through all through the night, right?
Yep. So one of the House Durandar agents took over for the night shift of piloting here, and they're like sweating by the time that you go and take over for them, and they lay down on the deck next to the wheel and just fall asleep as soon as you take over.
I just pat him twice on the chest and just say, "Good work."
They kind of, as they're breathing heavily, just raise up one hand and like make a thumbs up, and then it falls again. And so you make it 240 miles with your shift, unless you would like to push it farther than that.
I'm always ready to push it. Actually, before I push it, let me check one thing. Of course, I just closed my sheet for God knows why. What does this do? Okay, never mind. I was trying to see if enhance ability helped on saves, but it doesn't. So I'll just wait to save.
All right. So you're able to push for an additional 2 hours here. That save? It's an additional 60 miles before you pass off to one of the Lirandar agents.
All right, I'll pass off.
And that's the full day. It is now 7 p.m. roughly. So those of you who are not piloting the ship can take various downtime if you are capable of doing so. In this environment, 8 hours of downtime. So 1 day for the old system if you still have some things in the old system, or 4 sets of 2 hours for the Kibbles crafting system if that is what you're working on.
No, was it 40 hours that I needed of pooping out spells to make an arcane essence, or was it some different number of units? It was 40. Okay.
So it is 5 days of work, each day taking 8 hours. So that one can't be done in 2 hour increments. It has to be done in 8 hour increments, and you are considered trained in
8 hour increment.
There you go.
And
I'll add that.
The research DC.
DC for
Just researching.
Researching 4.
Oh, Meko.
I should have given you a DC when I gave you this thing.
Oh, I thought that was the crafting one.
Oh, it's the same DC. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So there's one. Oh.
That looks like an easy pass.
And there's 2 just barely, I think.
I don't remember. Do you have it written down in your character sheet?
It was 18.
Okay, cool.
I can't ever remember if meeting it passes it. Okay, good.
Yep, meet is a pass. Yeah.
All right. That is 2.
Anyone else working on downtime stuff?
I did 1 more day on my research, but that's tracked.
Okay.
I think that's 1 out of 2 for me.
Oh, I'd like to do one too. What are we again? 25. Oh, sorry.
Good, brother.
Well, I'd like to. I have what research? Where did it go? Downtime. There it is. So yeah, I have 2 more research checks I have to do.
Yep.
So
and that is a good point as well. So there was 8 hours of time today that you could use. So if you have 2 checks, that would take 4 hours.
Oh, I'd like to try those.
All right.
What do I make weavers?
Tools? So we agreed that your crafting would be rune crafting of the ancient tradition, which is wisdom and proficiency.
Okay. Then I'll just roll it as insight because same modifier.
That works.
12.
I don't believe that's a pass. I'd have to double check what I sent you in DMs, but
it might have been 13. Let me.
DC 15. So
15.
That took up 2 hours of the 8 hours. You have 3 segments remaining today.
Well, let's try that again.
Why are you doing that?
That's a pass.
That's 1.
That's pass. So taking 6 hours, you finish that research. And that's a good point as well for those of you who had other research tasks. they would be similar. You'd have a DC and a thing. It's no longer just a daily pass thing. So,
My thing is not a DC, right? For what I did.
no,
wasn't the
to make
research.
an
Okay.
essence is not a DC. That's correct. That's just a thing you're just using all of your magic for the day to try and just pump it out into a physical form.
All right.
So I
You
believe
really
Faye,
grimaces.
I believe Faye and Drost were still on research tasks.
Yeah, you just gave me 2 days remaining, and I think that was before I got to any crafting and other stuff. So I think these are just like freebies, but if I'm wrong, I think that's what you told me last time.
Right, 0 out of 2, but not days checks. So let's see. You were making. I forget where I even. It's not in DMs. I forget where I even sent that information to you, but.
I mean, I wrote a bunch of stuff down, but this part I didn't even like. I wrote down all the materials for eventually doing the thing, and then the 24 hours of progress that was going to be at DC 16. But I don't know. I think it was like a different thing that you talked about because all I did was put it in my downtime.
Yeah, I was think of some miscommunication there because I did intend for that to be 0 out of 2 checks, not 0 out of 2 days remaining on those things, which is good for downtime progress because that means you can get it done twice as fast. But
okay.
Yeah.
I just
So
remember what the check is then.
right. So you're researching an enchanting project, which would be Arcana.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make as many Arcana checks as you want to make for the day at the DC that we set for that project.
All right. I'm assuming I can do them one at a time then.
Yep.
Oh no.
That's a failure.
That's 1. How many do I have?
How many what do you have?
Like how many of these checks can I make in this day?
4.
Wow. Yep, let's go up one by one. Till I
Okay,
get 20.
so at this point, I would recommend you potentially pass off the project to someone else. Because in Kibble's Crafting, if you fail 3 checks in a row, you lose all project progress and reset.
Oh, that applies to this step as well. Okay.
Yes.
Fuck, I did not realize that. Okay, this is all confusing. Who is really, really good at Arcana in the party?
Hi, my list is pretty good at Arcana.
Yes, I'm also
Wow.
pretty good, but probably one less good.
It's an artificer circle jerk, endlessly passing off their projects to each other. Some kind of intuitive way.
It'll go to the moon eventually.
Eventually.
So Jordan, with this, if I'm passing it off, are they also at like final stage, like one more failure?
What's the DC on it?
Whatever you have written
It
down,
was
Charlie.
18, right? That's the one
It
we were
was
talking about?
16 for my other stuff, and I don't know if
Yes,
that applies here
same
too.
DC. Yep.
Okay.
And my list is like what, a plus like 13 or something like that.
On Arcana, I don't get expertise, so it's +9 and a D4.
Oh, right. Okay, +9 and a D4. Right.
Oof. All right. Just I don't want to take too much more time with this, but what am I losing if this fails? Because I know I only have 2 days here, but I've also spent my entire character's downtime on this process.
Right. Honestly, for this research, since the research task is like a weird conversion thing anyways, I would just reset it to 0 out of 2 on the research task, I guess. So you wouldn't really lose anything right now because you don't have any progress.
All right, Milos, are you willing to donate 2 hours to me today?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Do you have a Featherfall token, Faye?
No.
Faye off the ship.
Well,
I only have my bird.
all right. So should I roll that check?
Yes, please.
Also, I was going to ask and forgot. In the PDF, the alpha PDF, it says you can spend 4 hours and take a 10. Is that a thing we're using, or?
Yes,
Okay.
that is true. I forgot to mention that.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll the.
So if you've got high modifier, you can just take twice as long and always get that. If you've got a lower
Oh,
modifier, you might
damn.
want to roll the dice.
Well, that is a 16.
That is a pass.
I rolled a 4.
So you're back. You're at a 1 out of 2 on that task.
I'm gonna shit my pants. Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's not like you couldn't have just flashed your genius.
No, I
you
can't.
can't.
It takes
You can't?
4 hours.
Kibble's crafting rules explicitly ban any temporary boosts to abilities. The only reason he gets a D4 is because it's a permanent buff from his racial feature.
Artisan's intuition.
Yeah, that one.
Interesting.
Alright, well, I'm gonna Hail Mary try one more on my own then.
All right, you got this. Milos could help you to give you advantage. Huh?
Okay.
I mean, Milos kind of wants to ask around for a
Oh,
feather
fair enough.
token and see if he can spend a couple hours figuring out how it works.
Fair enough. Hey, that's pass. Okay, research step done. You did it. So Faye has spent 6 hours of her downtime. Milos has spent 2.
6 hours. Because I spent 4 hours getting my
right.
research.
You did. Yep. Okay. Good. Drost, same thing from you. If you're adding research progress, it's the same DC as the crafting check. And same tool.
Yes. I don't remember what that was.
I DM'd it to you.
When?
A while ago.
Oh, is this the huge paragraph?
It's okay. DC 17 smithing.
17 smithing. Okay. Yep.
It's
Found
only
it.
17? Dang.
Oh, DC 17?
17.
Yeah,
DC.
with my plus 12?
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, right, because of Fire Rune or whatever. Whichever rune
Yeah.
gives you tool expertise.
Well, I will just roll a d20 and see what happens, I guess.
D20 plus 12 or whatever.
That's,
So yeah, it's a pass.
nothing, so that's a 23.
That's a pass. All right, 1 out of 2 pass. 2 hours down.
Ooh.
All right, research done. So you can add the real task to your downtime and start working on that if you wish. Well, once you get the materials for it, you can start working on it.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. So we're
that. So
getting
easy.
a taste of this crafting system, and as we get more used to it, we'll probably all get faster at it, so it won't take up a big chunk of time every day here. But yeah, new systems make sense. Anyone else? Am I missing anyone else on downtime stuff for the day?
Milos would like to spend the last 2 hours of the day asking around and seeing if anyone has a feather token that he can borrow.
Clemens does. You can borrow it.
Ooh, excellent. And I'll spend the rest of the day researching, inspecting it and seeing if he can figure out how it works
Okay.
and if he can recreate it.
Yeah, it's easy enough with your artisan's intuition, being a high-level artificer, and having an object in front of you to study. That's easy, done.
All right. So I know how to make it, though. Or I
Yes,
can give it back.
there's no real quote-unquote
Yeah,
research step anymore.
Okay.
If you have proficiency in a tool, you're assumed to know how to just make stuff. So
Sweet. And I will toss that back to Clemens once I'm done with it.
Yoink.
all right. As a reminder of something else people can do if they have nothing to work on, if you're a spellcaster, you can make essences depending on your class, which takes all your spells for the day and 8 hours, but it's something you can start working on.
All right, I guess I'll do that.
Don't you have to work on them for a week straight, uninterrupted?
You have to work on them in at least increments of 8 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can probably set those up as downtime projects then too, right?
Yep.
All right.
And that doesn't have a check. That's just you spend literally all of your magic energy for the day, and then you have it after 5 of those.
I'm trying to remember. As a wizard Eldritch Knight, would I just be making arcane essences, or is there a special one I'm making?
So yeah, it'd be arcane. Let's see. How many spellcaster levels is that? Eldritch Knight
3
through third.
wizard.
3
So
wizard.
yeah, that'd be 2 levels in Eldritch Knight for spellcasting.
Okay, so level
And then-
5 total caster. You can make up to uncommon arcane essences in this way.
Okay. I'll work on that then.
All right, very nice. Okay, so you can go ahead and check off 1 out of 7 of those. You used your spells for the day. And Carrick was driving. He's already got that covered. And Eli is not present, so I'll catch up with Eli later to see if they want to spend their downtime on something. All right. Cool. I don't know what is causing those errors to pop up, but I'll look into that later. I would assume I messed up one of the artificer features, but I'll work on that. Anyways, that's that day done. Are you gonna have one of the other Lyrandar agents continue piloting through the night? Probably actually gonna take 2 of them now that you're starting a little earlier in the day.
Yeah, that works.
All right, so they'll continue pushing through the night. Is anyone staying up for stuff in the evening? Whether that's watch, other activities, etc.
Just keeping watch.
All right.
Ooh, can I make another essence in the night?
No,
Right.
you're limited per day on that. I had mentioned it in the chat, but the whole crafting at night
Yeah.
thing doesn't fit super cleanly into Kibble's rules. So what I'm doing is, if you have, you can make up to 8 hours of progress a day, and if the day was full of activities, then you could still make those 8 hours at night, for example. But if you were
Okay,
spending,
sure.
yeah.
Could I like research at night, because that's different from expending all my magical energy, or am I just asking the same question over again in a different tone of voice and hoping for a new answer?
Honestly, I'm okay with you getting the research out of the way because it doesn't technically exist anyways. So
Okay.
that's fine. So you can do that tonight, sure. Go ahead and make those checks.
Okay. And that's Arcana for what I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah, enchanting. Oh. Just have to assume that's Arcana. Boom. First one.
That's pass. Easy pass.
And this is how many checks? I'm sorry, I was
2 checks.
Just 2 checks. Oh, that's less.
That's a fail.
Fail. All right. Do I get to keep trying that though?
Yep, you get 2 more attempts tonight. And need 1 more pass. That's pass.
Boom. So that's 1 night of research.
All right, so as promised, I mentioned I would let you know what the hidden ingredient was once you finished. So I'm going to DM that to you real quick.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to get both of them done.
You just said
can just say it out loud if you want.
Oh, that was both. I see. I thought that was
Yeah.
2 checks to get one research tick.
Nope.
Oh,
each check takes 2 hours, and each check is 1 tick. Yes.
I see. I understand. Cool. Thank you.
I'm totally not just curious at whatever this magical thing is.
Me too. Oh, guys, we're gonna have to kill some orphans.
As is
All right,
tradition.
DM'd that to you. You can choose whether or not you tell the party about that in the morning.
All right.
And yeah, go ahead and make my perception check, keeping watch. I'm assuming disadvantage, but sentinel shield, etc. is the
Exactly.
cool.
Ooh, spicy one.
All right. Let's see. It's not very noteworthy tonight, fortunately. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. And during the night, the 2 Lyrandar agents that help out manage to get not an entire 480 like they would, but one of them conks out a little bit early. And you end up right here. Pretty good. Almost there. And you may all complete a long rest.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay.
Every day I'm resting.
Man, we go so fast now.
Oh yeah,
Like,
speedy.
That's like 18 months of progress right there.
All right. So you guys are very close to New Seer at this point. It is a new day. People are hungry. People are tired. People are sick of being on this ship, even though it's only been a couple days. It's very crowded. What do you all do?
Eat.
Eat, yeah. Let's fill their bellies and then hit the road.
All right.
Set 'em up with another combination of create food and water.
All right. So Karik and Milos prepare meals for everyone again using a few arcane tricks and some spices, and everyone is pretty well satisfied. And then I assume Karik will be driving the rest of the way.
Yeah.
All right. So that doesn't take long at all. It takes you a little less than 3 hours to get there. And does anyone specifically want to roleplay this out?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
So we're gonna yada yada. You guys drop off these people. The New Seer is full of people who escaped the Mournland previously, and so there's a bit of understanding there, a bit of relationships very quickly form between the people, and you feel like they're in good hands. And you take off again. So that was 3 hours. You have 5 remaining for additional. Wait, was that? Yeah, it was. So for an additional 150 miles.
Yay.
Am I doing that math right? Yes.
Yeah.
150 miles back in the direction you came. And it is now evening. And unfortunately, you just dropped off the people that were doing shifts with you. So that is that, unless Karik would like to try and push a little farther tonight.
Not tonight.
All right. So for the rest of you, then, that is another full day of downtime. If anyone has activities they can do.
All right.
I'm making
I got my essence
guesses.
research now, so I can
Leroy
just take all
will.
day, right?
Work on the old grunt and snort.
So yes, if anyone is making essences, you expend whatever magical energy you have, whether it's spell slots, sorcery points, or key for the day. And you spend 8 hours, and you make 1 day of progress on that.
Can I try to push further to make 2 hours of downtime?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Make a con save. I think that's fair.
Now, Jordan,
Yes.
as a non-caster, I cannot make scrolls without the magical instructions for spells.
Yes.
And I can't make essences.
Correct. So I mentioned to George in DMs a little bit ago. I didn't know if he passed it on to you or not, but
Yes.
yeah. So you two can work together. That he can teach you magical formulas, so that you can then later make scrolls out of them. So it takes up the downtime for both of you, and then you learn formulas that you can keep in like a formula book.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can't do that yet, so if anyone wants my time, you can have my time.
Eric will take your time to help him research.
Yeah.
Totally.
Leroy's got some stuff to figure out.
Eric is going to try and figure out how to make it so that he can extend his double-sided scimitar and like into like a chain whip kind of deal.
Ooh.
Damn son.
Okay. Interesting.
Very cool.
Let me just scroll through this massive Kibbles crafting document real quick. I would say
I'm going to open so many PDFs on this computer.
this will be a smithing check of DC 17 smithing check. And if Dross is helping you, you get advantage. And you're researching how to convert that. Let's say that's an 8-hour task. And it won't be researching how it, well, I would say that would be an 8-hour task, but you would need materials. And then it would be DC 17 smithing. Materials would be mostly scrap or ingots. Scrap into ingots. So yeah, say 3 metal scraps, 2 iron ingots, and then you'd be able to get that working for 8 hours DC 17 smithing. You want to record that somewhere?
Cool. That's like no research, just to do that.
Yep. No new tasks will have research in Kibbles.
Cool. Okay.
You just kind of just go for it. I think it's assumed that you partly kind of figure it out as you go along in Kibbles crafting rather than getting a perfect plan out from the start. And then that's represented in a chance of failure because you're trying to figure it out while you go. And if you don't figure it out properly, then you ruin the materials. Yeah, okay.
Jordan,
Yes.
what would a recipe be for a feather token?
1 feather, some ghoul, and a token.
Good question. Probably a scroll of featherfall.
Gonna stop by Chuck E. Cheese to get some blank tokens.
You gotta get some. Yeah. An iron ingots.
Oops, what if you already have
Or just
a token
an
that's
ingot.
non-magical?
What kind of token that's non-magical do you have? Because yeah, I'd let you reuse that.
Yeah, when the token's magic is expended after you land, the disc
Oh,
becomes
yeah.
non-magical.
If you've got an
Like
unexpanded
one
one,
token.
I'd let you recharge that with just a scroll of featherfall. If you're making a whole new one, though, it would be also a common arcane essence and 1 ingot of whatever metal of your choice.
Okay.
It would be a DC 14 Arcana.
Okay, DC 14
It's
Arcana.
not a super expensive item.
All right. Can I spend the day of downtime enchanting or re-enchanting Milos's Featherfall token and seeing who else has spent ones that they want re-enchanted?
Do you have a scroll of featherfall?
I have the spell Featherfall.
Right, and you can substitute that in, but you gain a level of exhaustion doing that.
Yes. I guess I can only do 1 then per day.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I believe you couldn't do that multiple times a day, but you would just gain multiple levels of exhaustion.
You know what? I'll do 2. Why not? What could go wrong?
Replacing spell scrolls, exhausting process. Yeah, 1 level of exhaustion each time. You can only replace 1 scroll per craft using that method. Yep. Okay. I remembered that correctly.
All right, and it's an Arcana check.
Yep.
Plus 9 plus D4. 23.
All right, so you managed to re-enchant 1 of the tokens.
And then if I try and do it again, do I have a disadvantage on it because exhaustion level?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to think about that for a second, but yes.
Let's just copy and paste that. If I take a 10, do I still get disadvantage? Like,
no.
I could just
If you
do
take a
4.
10, you're just extra careful about the process.
Okay, well, I'll just take a 10 and get it done.
Yep, and you've got plenty of time left in the day to do that, so that works.
Yep. So that's 6 hours for me, and I'm gonna spend the next 2 hours laying down because I'm exhausted.
Indeed. All right. Cool. Any other downtime for this day?
Nope. Not for me, at least.
No, sir.
Not
All right.
For the actual daytime.
I'm just gonna say that we're not gonna do washes during this trip because nothing really eventful is gonna happen up in the sky.
All right.
In-
At night, I would like to see if I can research how to gain that secret resource. Can I do that?
You would already have that knowledge. Well, there's a very simple answer to that question. Or are you looking for an alternative answer to that question?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can DM about this.
So I would say if you're looking for an alternative, that would probably be you'd want to like ask Leon about that, rather than like researching, if that makes sense.
Cool.
So you could potentially just, spells and such, but
Because man, it's so hard to get orphans to actually resurrect their own parents.
Well, occasionally they do it on their own, but that just leads to more sadness.
Exactly.
Whoa.
So, also as a result of crafting, someone can add a feather token to their inventory if they had a spent one.
Ooh, I sure would love to do that.
Well, did you have a spent one? Or
Yeah, used
oh,
one.
okay, sweet.
all
I was
right.
like, oh, I have one of those, but it's a different character in this world that has one of those.
I'm the one who keeps talking about dying from falling, so I feel like it's a good idea.
All right. So good. The night passes. Carrick drives another day. Do you wanna push farther, Carrick, or are you gonna stick with the 8 hours of flight?
Push it to the limit.
All right, make that con save. See how
Is this
far
the
you get.
second or the third day?
I loved High School Musical.
Third day, right? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Weird because you had a lot more travel time than that, but yes. Spending a lot of time just hovering. You push 1 additional hour with that check. There you go. Boop. And then you're too tired to continue. That's another 8 hours for those who are doing downtime.
Oh shit, another one.
Another like
one.
another new day.
Dude.
This is day 3 of that, yeah.
Yes.
We get a long rest, right? I get to be unexhausted.
There was a long rest in there. Yep.
Okay.
I mean,
So I still have
Playing
2
my
levels of
time.
exhaustion.
yeah, you
I
did
only
2
go down 1
levels. You
level?
went down to 1. Yep.
Is it possible to make essence well exhausted?
I don't see why not. Let me just double check.
Get him on a
Ooh,
technicality.
let's do a net hack thing where you can make a secret essence if you make it while exhausted.
It's like normal essence, but just
There's-
worse,
there's-
except there's one crafting recipe that requires it.
Yeah, there's no notes about exhaustion in that section, so you're good to go.
I'm gonna spend the day making an uncommon arcane essence.
Yep,
Or
you can make
working on
progress on that. Yep. And everyone else making essences, I assume, can go ahead and do that.
Yep. Sure did.
Mhm.
All right.
It's a little bit more than halfway out at this point.
Leroy keeps watch again,
Mhm.
and then you all wake up the next day. And
Do it again.
we go again.
You go again. I'm gonna be right back. I'll roll my con save.
Getting there. Another day or 2, depending on how far Carrot can push each day.
Take your time. I need this essence.
1 extra hour.
Is this a new dice module?
I'll make it a 17 with my Flash of Genius.
All right, then you can push an additional extra hour from Flash of Genius. So you're probably about 1 day away now.
Thank.
Does anyone else have spare spent feather tokens that they would like re-enchanted?
To my knowledge.
Yeah, I will take one.
All right, one for Drost. And that's it.
All right, so that's another level of exhaustion for you.
Yep. And pass the check.
All right. Leroy keeps watch again. Nothing eventful. Karik the next day. 240. Ooh, he's getting there. If he rolls a godlike con check when he gets back, you guys might make it there. We'll
That
see
sounds
how
like
it
I
goes.
shouldn't spend the day making essence.
You could. That is 8 hours that just passed if anyone wants to do things.
Yeah, we'll probably wait until morning anyway, right? Like, we've been traveling.
Oh yeah, no, we're starting in the morning.
Great.
One
Essence
more.
progress.
All right. Go ahead and make another con check, Karik. All right. You want to make that a 17?
Sure.
All right. You make it an additional. Oh, so close. I guess you guys are going to wait until the morning anyways, but yeah, you make it there. Very cool.
Okay.
Starting to become evening here. You guys have all done your downtime. Anyone doing any special downtime? Or just essence progress?
Essence.
Essence.
All
right.
The rest of the day flavorfully tinkering with just tools, spell storing item, Neko getting ready to go back down.
Alrighty.
So I can add a rare arcane essence to my inventory then? Is that what this is?
If you've had 5 days total of doing that, yes. You can add
Believe
one
so, yeah.
rare arcane essence because you're an 11th level caster.
Love to add one of those. Loot. Edit loot. Rare arcane essence.
All right. So Leroy keeps watch again, and wake up the next morning. Any special preparations you guys want to do the morning of the day that you'll likely return into the mist?
Do some squats.
Very good. Very
That's the only
important.
explanation. Only
I don't
alternative.
think I need to do anything.
I mean, pretty much just gear maintenance.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna cast mage armor.
Oh,
That's what Carrick's doing this morning besides piloting.
There is
His
actually,
maintenance.
I was gonna say there is actually a gear maintenance like thing. If you guys
Oh,
want
is
to
there?
have that done.
Yes, there
Especially Dross, since you've had nothing to do past couple days, maybe you could use some of your downtime on this.
Yeah.
So, a maintenance operation takes 2 hours. And just it expends 5 gold. It's one of the few things that doesn't require a specific item. You just spend 5 gold to do it. And there's a bunch of stuff there. So you could choose up to 4 things from the previous day to maintain for today. Maintaining gear gives it a quality die. Which is a consumable die. It goes away after it's used. It's a d6, and you can add it to an attack made with a weapon once, or you can reduce damage taken through your armor, like damage reduction. Kind of like how Stone's Endurance works.
so I could pick like hammer and armor and just call it good with that.
You could, and then you'd have 2 more if you want to beef up any of your allies' equipment.
Ooh, who wants equipment beefed?
Milos would love beefed equipment, but isn't necessary since it costs 5 gold. He's broke.
Right.
Carrick wouldn't mind having equipment beefed. What does it do again?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't have money.
Adds a consumable d6.
I mean, I'll pay for mine.
Damage reduction or murder.
Like, I barely have enough for 1 piece of gear for myself. So I'm gonna skip myself. Does anyone else want equipment beefed for 5 gold?
Is
Can
that
you
5
put
gold every time it gets
P?
beefed, or is it like a
Yes.
daily thing that refreshes? Gotcha.
Yeah, every time it's 5 gold to like make the weapon extra sharp for the day, or make the armor like extra well like shaped,
Fitted.
fitted.
You gotta
Yeah,
be the
that's a better word.
moistest whetstone I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly.
Moistest.
Can he moisten Leroy?
Make him a sharp boy.
Yeah, can I work over Leroy?
Yeah, just like a full brass massage.
Apply the sacred ointments.
If Leroy would take off his integrated armor, let Drost work on it, and then put it back on, I'd allow it.
Who wants the upsetting image of just Leroy's framework?
I'm afraid I have no choice but to accept it.
Naked robot.
You know what? Carrick is gonna give Drost 40 gold to just go nuts and hook up the party.
I'm losing power in a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh
interesting.
no.
I'll hop on my
interesting
phone.
to see coming.
That's interesting. All right. So
Yeah, so if people will
top
help
4,
Leroy
yeah.
unscrew and
Who's feeling the boost?
take a
So the
boost.
weapon has an extra D6 damage for a day.
The weapon, you get 1d6. It's like a bardic inspiration. It's expended after you roll it. You can add it
I
to
see.
an attack or a damage roll if it's on a weapon. If it's on armor,
cool.
you can roll it when you get hit by an attack or otherwise damaged to reduce the damage dealt by that attack.
I'll take the armor one.
No action required. All right.
Because I end up taking a lot of damage a lot of the time.
All right. Do you get one?
I'll take the weapon.
All right. Get one
Okay.
d6 quality die.
Yeah.
And you could potentially
Two more?
do 2 more. Yeah.
Clemens doesn't trust other people to maintain her equipment.
Fair enough.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, I am better at it than you, but that's fine.
Clemens is not a rational creature when it comes to equipment.
I feel like this is an in-character moment.
Why not? I'm better.
I'll take care of that, thank you.
Fully understandable.
You can give Leroy's armor a bit of quality if you wish. If Leroy would allow that.
Yep.
Leroy, you want to strip for me?
I'm gonna need help. I mean, I'm going to need some help, but yes, please.
Just like shuffles into Leroy's room. But don't make it weird.
We might need more than one person. I'm fairly heavily built.
I
Don't forget the
imagine
loot.
Drost just disappears into Leroy's room, and then all of you can just hear like the sounds of power tools inexplicably for a few hours, and then it's just done.
What is that sound?
Grinding metal and like yeah. All right.
The first time I put it back together, Leroy's like, "There's a plate that's backwards."
It's been a while since you've had to switch out your armor.
Yeah, it was a little manky.
Wow.
God, Leroy, you've never been so shiny.
I know, right? We should do this more often.
Alright.
One more
Okay,
piece
so
of gear can
that's-
be taken care of.
Alright, I guess I'll do my weapon if no one else is
There you go.
picking
All
up on it.
Cool. So yeah, that gives you
There
something
is
to
a
do
character
just
that's called-
randomly with downtime if you want. I guess
Okay, cool.
that's like the blacksmithing version of making an essence is just maintaining gear.
Dude, I gotta read the Kibbles crafting stuff.
It's like 100 pages. It's great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Anyways, cool.
If we're still
I will
in
note,
preparation
if
time-
anyone is casting a spell that's going to last a day, like I just saw Faye cast Mage Armor, an interesting interaction that I will allow and should be taken note of is you can cast, if you didn't keep watch or anything during a long rest, you can cast during the final 2 hours of a long rest before your resources come back. Although you made an essence the previous day, so I guess you wouldn't have any sorcery
Doesn't
points anyways.
work.
Yeah.
Too goddamn
SMHing my
points.
head.
Oh well, it's not like it's Mage Armor. It's not a huge cast, but You ever have like a big buff spell that lasts like 12 hours or something?
For example, Hero's Feast.
Exactly.
To throw a random one out there.
It's a good one. But yeah. All right. Any other preparations for the day?
Milos will swap out some of his infusions and swap the spell storing item to protection from poison to test it out in the mist.
Okay. Cool. And so, Karik, I assume you'll pilot over the mist. Are you just gonna hover over it, or are you gonna drive in?
What are you guys feeling?
Eli.
Yep, let's get down there.
Eli is not here, but I believe Eli would wish to keep Juno above the mist.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We want to keep Juno above the mist. That was kind of sketch last time.
Yeah, let's keep it above then.
Alright, I use polymorph to get down then.
I mean, we can just kill Eli if he gets too worried about Juno.
Dear God.
Gets too uppity.
You've been killed out of session.
So Eli will, for now, Eli will actually stay on the ship while you guys go down there, and we can worry about that when they come back later. Because they're staying with Juno. It makes sense. All right, make sure everybody's long rested up. You've expended your resources for whatever you've expended it on, like mage armor. And then I will load us in. Is everybody good? Or actually, sorry, I should clarify. Are you talking to Daiten first?
Who's Daiten?
Yeah, that's like, we don't actually know where it is, and he's probably right by the door. So I think we will.
All right. How are you getting down there? What's the plan?
Oh, fuck me up.
Fully.
Time for everyone to fly again.
Carrick's had plenty of time to recharge his boots, so they're back up to full.
Yep.
Carrick, will you carry me?
Sure thing.
Oh,
Faye's not particularly bulky. I'll allow that.
Yeah, I figured if anything, I'd just move at like half speed.
Pretty much, yeah.
I travel light.
Well, I need help flying.
How much fall damage can you reduce the car?
I think I feel like it's 5 times my level, but I can't remember off the top.
It's something
Let me
like
find
that.
it. Answer: not enough.
So there is a max to fall damage.
Isn't it like? I want to say it's like 24 d6.
20 d6 is terminal velocity. Which is an average of 70 damage. So if you can reduce it more than that, you could technically just leap off whatever you want.
I don't think I can yet.
Getting there.
Features. Slow fall. Yeah, 5 times your monk level. So I could reduce it by 55 at this point.
It's a little risky at this point then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Level 20 monk, you can just leap from the sky and just be fine.
Hell yes.
Love it. Okay, so Nakarath needs help getting down then.
Yeah. I mean, like, the best part is, like, we use haste to just run and jump up somewhere ridiculous, and then
yep,
you just don't have to worry about the landing.
So we got one person flying so far. Two people, because Faye, is being carried.
Milos's plan is to attempt to use one cast of protection from poison from spell storing item to see what it does before going into the mist, and then as he hops off the airship, cast Featherfall to not die on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, you're just gonna glide yourself down, huh?
That works.
Yeah.
The Featherfall, are you going to cast Featherfall or are you going to use a token?
Cast Featherfall.
Okay, you could technically get the rest of the party with that then if they trust you.
Oh, okay. I'll jump.
It is 5 falling creatures.
Wait, that's cheesy then.
I don't trust you with my armor, but I do trust you with my skin.
I mean, it isn't concentration, so what could go wrong? I say as everything could go wrong.
We're gonna dogfight some pterodactyls on the way down, aren't we?
Does it take less than 1 minute to get down?
How fast do you fall with Featherfall?
60 feet
60 feet per round? Or
per
second?
round, yeah.
So 10 feet per second. It's to the castle about 1,000-foot drop.
Okay, so we need
So it would
to
take
cast Featherfall on the way down.
100
again.
seconds, more than a minute.
Okay, maybe that's a bad plan. I'm just gonna cast Fly on myself.
Okay.
Sketch.
I mean, you can wait, and then cast Feather.
My feather token would activate as soon as I.
Oh.
That is true. Featherfall tokens activate automatically. Which could actually kill you, because if you're too high up and they, run out before you hit the ground, then...
Do Featherfall tokens, like, all activate simultaneously? So they're just like, oh, no!
They're,
My bag of Featherfall tokens has all been used.
I believe as soon as you fall 20 feet or more. Not even
They
that
just
much.
all pop.
Oh, that's a good point. If you have multiple on you, I imagine...
I got you, boss.
Yeah, they're a very simple magic item. I don't imagine that they have the logic to say, oh, you already have Featherfall on you. They're all just,
like-
I'm helping.
A string of candles that you gotta burn through one before the next one will even trigger.
No, I think they're, what is that, dynamite?
All right.
Okay.
So we've got 3 people flying so far. Out of 7.
I can fly 3 more people. Of course,
If-
it takes a spell
If
slot, but
Featherfall is being casted, I'll hop down that way.
Can I get-
Opted not to cast Featherfall.
Okay, then I guess I'm probably gonna have to use my token because I don't have another way of getting
So
down.
the note about Milos with his big brain realized that the fall is so high that a Featherfall would run out before you hit the ground.
Okay, so I guess I'm not going down.
You could see if someone else could help you get down. I imagine the party has enough resources. Everyone's just trying to save them.
yeah, I've
Someone help
got
me
2
out.
flies.
Yes, bird.
Two
I can't turn into a bird.
Me neither.
Bird.
fly, 2 other people than myself.
Yeah, you also need some way to get down there.
I need to bird. Fuck.
Right. Drost and Clemens, you come over here with me.
Waddle waddle.
Okay, if Leroy
Waka
casts
waka.
Fly and Faye casts Polymorph, that would do it. That would get the whole party
Alright.
with Carrick
Let's
flying
have
on
it.
top. Alright.
It's just a third of my spell slots.
All right.
Oh, you
can
can
get short
short
rest when we're
rest.
down there.
So
yeah, like,
Leroy,
you know they're gonna let me.
Leroy flies the heaviest people. Faye carries the others. Carrick flies down on his own. And that should be the whole party.
All right.
So go ahead and expend those
Nice.
resources, and you will make it down. Upon flying into the mist, everybody who is, who's concentrating on a spell at the moment? Leroy and Faye.
I didn't have to make concentration or constitution checks on this before.
That's correct. Faye, make me a concentration check. There's the words.
Sorry, I threw you astray.
I'm sorry if this doesn't.
And
If you-
I will say, Milos, did you mention casting protection from poison on anyone before?
Yes, oh no, I said I was going to use it on myself to see what the result would be
Okay.
Oh,
as I hopped in.
oh,
Do I have to make a concentration check?
You're not concentrating on anything, right?
Fly's concentration.
You cast Fly too?
Yes.
On how many people?
Myself. I don't have 4th level spells.
Hold on. So Faye's carrying 2 people. Leroy is getting 3 people, including himself. And I think you could just be carried.
Okay.
I could, I
Yeah.
could carry someone.
And cast protection of poison on Faye.
Yeah. Don't necessarily
Yeah, do
need that.
that.
Can I retcon cast protection from poison on Faye instead? If
I think
would've
that's.
known
I
that
think Milos is. Yeah, I think you would have thought of that, considering Faye's complained about the poison down there.
Yes.
Our brains are tiny, but Milos
Milos is
huge.
massive. He's got like 400 IQ. Right. So, all right. So Faye,
16,000.
you get the save at advantage thanks to Milos' spell.
That was sick.
I was just gonna say it would have been really fucking funny if you'd been like, oh yeah, no, snake attack is normal.
All right.
Well,
10 is a pass.
we're all dying.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Oh wow.
You're good.
A 1 and a 4. What the fuck, man? Okay.
You're-
Wild. What? Trying to kill me with this? We're never doing this again. Fuck that dog. Honestly, fuck that dog. We're taking the ship
No,
down.
that can't be legal.
So
Oh,
what I have noticed that it seemed to help Faye out.
yes. I mean,
Beautiful.
you kind of imagined it would help, but you notice that Faye is not currently Faye. Faye is still Kaiju Chicken. So, maybe you can ask Faye later if
That's a plan.
when they have human lips to speak with. Yeah. All right. So you guys fly down into the mist, which is definitely now heavier than it was before. And again, Clemens, you feel great. You feel great down here. This is good. Whatever is in this air, it's perfect. You feel pumped up, ready to go.
Papa always said the good sea air was good for the lungs.
There's steroids in this here air.
Performance enhancing air.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, and you guys
Makes
descend
the
into the
Quidditch
mist.
much more interesting.
The castle is there as it's always been, with the towers and the arches, the water flowing off the sides. And you approach the throne where Daiten currently is and has been. And like usual, it holds up a hand to halt and keep you from getting too close. Well, are my people safe then?
Your people are safe.
I appreciate that. Truly, I wish I could do more for you all, and as thanks.
As a thank.
My brain just really didn't work there for a second. As thanks, but
Well,
I cannot give you what you truly want, and I don't savor the idea of what you're about to do, but it is necessary, and so I thank you for that as well.
well, let's not waste any time then. Let's see you on the other side.
I have some information for you before you go.
That would be
I
great.
think you mean catch it on the flip side, hot stuff. But
Yes.
can't speak for all of us.
I was contacted while you were gone these past few days. Peleus Lorandar, my previous captain of the guard, contacted me from within the castle. But it was not Peleus. It was someone else. He has turned into something I no longer recognize. Something evil. Something dark.
Something sentient?
Oh, yes. He spoke. We spoke for a bit. He wanted to know how to reach my fragment of the Draconic Prophecy. Of course, I didn't tell him. I wouldn't tell him even if he were in his right mind. But you should know there's someone else here looking for the same thing you are, and they're already in there. From what I can tell, they've barricaded themselves into the innermost levels. And they've sealed off all of these towers up here. You'll have to go in through the front door. Apologies for this. But as much as I don't like the idea of any of you getting to the Draconic Prophecy, I like the idea of him getting there even less. So good luck to you all.
Thank you very much.
If that is the case, then you should tell us where it is so we can get there and make sure they did not get to it first.
Let's just say it'll be obvious if they got there first.
I believe that.
It was worth a shot.
Oh, be careful. There's lots of automated security down there, and I don't have a way to turn it off from up here. Unfortunately, it was Peleus who organized all of the security here as captain of the guard. And in my complacency as in my position here, I never requested that information, the passphrases and such.
Oof.
I will admit fault in this matter, but I figured I'd at least warn you.
Well, I'll certainly take that in mind. Not gonna get too hung up on it now, but I guess we should be on our way to deal with the security robots.
One more question.
Yes.
Do you have any knowledge of another fragment of the Draconic prophecy that exists in the Mornland?
Make a persuasion check. Yes.
I'll flash it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just for good measure.
So that's 22?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, I do. There's fragments of the prophecy everywhere, and there are likely some that even I don't know of. Some that have yet to be discovered, or some that are being withheld from me. Some that perhaps no one has discovered and are just completely buried underground. That's just the nature of the prophecy. But the capital of Seer held another fragment. It seems... well, I wouldn't even be surprised if it was some meddling involved, but it seems that great civilizations tend to organize around these. Great cities are built under them, or over them, or around them. You can take that how you will.
And now it seems they're all crumbling around them.
Indeed.
I don't like this.
I don't either.
Well, guess this is all we can do right now.
I think you're right. It's clock's ticking.
Let's go.
Good luck in there. Truly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Dayton sort of retreats their posture back into a more resting position on the throne and kind of stares into the distance, now ignoring you.
You say ignoring us, in a sense, like
You can
be
certainly
surprised if we were to attack him.
You can certainly try. You can indubitably give it a shot.
There's nothing saying you can't commit suicide in D&D.
Oh my lord.
I mean, we did beat another dragon. Pretty fair and square.
Fine.
We'll be fine, yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna have to fight him eventually. But I'm not saying this out loud. Nope. This is Kieran. Moving on. Walking towards the entrance. I believe
Yes.
we should
But he mentioned
do
you
our
should go
good
in
work.
through the front door. He also would have mentioned, but I forgot to say in character, there are 3 major floors to the castle here. They're all pretty tall ceilings. The front door will only lead you to the first. But that is quite a drop from the top of the castle down to the front door. So it's up to you guys how you want to get down there. I mean, it's not a 1,000-foot drop like you just did, but, you know, more like 100.
Do I have any fly juice?
It's a good question.
I'm pretty sure I can still fall that one pretty confidently.
Faye still polymorph. There you go.
I never said I wasn't
We're
polymorph.
still flying
Nope.
boys.
No,
Let's go down.
fly would still be good. All right, so you guys just fly down, and you find the
Using as
bridge
much as possible.
where it was previously. There are corpses scattered across it. that appear to have been trampled, and there are bite marks and claw marks across most of them, but none of them are moving. So
Looks
that's
like
a
we're
relief.
going the right way.
In front of you is a very large door, which Drost is very familiar with. But let me first. Da-da-da-da. You're gonna have to load in for a bit. I apologize. This is quite a girthy map.
Dungeons.
I like the way you say girth.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I thought he could have added a little bit more salt on it.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I see my token, but that's it.
I can see my token. I got that dark vision.
Oh yeah, your tokens are in the bottom right-ish area.
I got that Clemens.
Oh,
vision,
whoa.
which is that of a human.
It's dark, so I can't see. That's what's happening.
It
isn't
is also dark here, yes.
I need to turn on my visage. and
Technically
arms.
speaking, there is some ambient light here outside of the castle, but I didn't want to bother lighting everything out.
What happens if I just
Outside.
click this door right here?
It's locked.
Shit.
Hold on, where are my infusions? What infusions do? Okay, I'm gonna turn on my radiant weapon and take out my quarterstaff and hold it up like a torch.
Okay.
So that I can see.
How much light does that give you?
That's a very good question. Let me figure that out real quick. I think it's effectively the same as the light.
It's probably
cantrip.
2040. I would just double check.
Let's see. Boots of the White Head, Radiant. Where is R? Bright, 30 dim.
Okay. It's even better. There you go.
Oh, thank you for the light.
Yeah, I'll cast light on myself as well.
And that is that 2040?
I think that one's 2040.
Faye is also emitting light. All right, you see in front of you a very large set of double doors. There are scratch marks at the bottom of it, and lots of blood pooled up at the bottom.
Why do I feel like this is trapped?
You're just being pessimistic.
Yeah, I am. So who wants to try the door?
I beat on the door earlier. I could not get it to move. It is heavy and hard from the inside.
Are those windows next to the bridge?
They're very thin, but they are there, yes.
Hmm.
They look like they're more to keep watch and fire arrows out of than they are for, like, looks.
Trost, did you get a sense of how heavy the bar on the door might be?
Oh, from the inside, for a door like this, it's probably about a 3.
Ah, of course.
Any chance that I would be able to squeeze through those holes or those windows to get in, or too thin?
Pretty thin. Yeah, it would be pretty difficult at your size.
Yep. Damn it, Eli.
Did Eli fit? I mean, I assumed we just
I
lugged
could-
Eli down.
I
Eli
could make
stayed
my
behind.
way in. Yeah, Eli wanted to.
Shit.
Always wants to stay with Juno. I can make my way in. That's not a problem. Of course, I just don't know if I'll be able to let you in.
I could potentially shrink one of you.
Can Milos take a closer look at the door, or just walk up to it, inspect it, see if there are any weak points?
Make me an investigation check.
All right. Investigation.
Is there any gap under the door?
So the 22. Milos, you looking over this door, the blood pooled at the bottom, the scratches along the front. These don't look like they were made by a weapon or a tool. These aren't like deep gouges. These are more just like scuffs and scrapes.
Like zombie fingertips.
Yep, exactly like zombie fingertips. You notice after looking at the door for a bit that it appears to open outwards.
Does it potentially say "Don't dead open inside"?
No.
Oh.
And Clemence's question, yes, there is a small gap under the door. It is not flush with the ground.
I'm gonna crouch down. I'm gonna put my head down. I'm gonna try to look underneath it.
All right, it's a little tricky because there's a blood in the way, and also as you look through the crack there's not much light making its way in at the moment. And
Can I borrow your light staff for a moment?
Of course, and I'll toss Clemens the quarterstaff.
I'll use a rock or something to try to scrape some blood out of the way and try to see if I can see underneath and see if there's anyone standing on the other side.
all right, you look underneath with the light shining through, and you see the blood pool moves in a little bit. And actually, as you start to scrape some of the blood pool away with the rock, more blood from inside just kind of seeps in to fill it. But you're still able to get a little glance, and you just see some stone tiles that are bloodied. You're not able to see super far, but you don't see any feet or anything nearby.
Can I Misty Step through?
That's a good question. I believe you can. If you can see a point, right? Is that the qualifier?
I believe so. Let me take a look.
I just double check that, but I believe you can.
30 feet
That's
to
it,
an
yeah.
occupied space you can see.
Yep. So you may do that.
All right, I'll do that then.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
go
even
with
gonna say
you,
anything.
Clemens.
I'll just do it. Leave.
Where'd Clemens go?
Clemens,
Taking the light with me very rudely.
Yes.
right.
But-
Clemens took the light.
Yes. Yes.
30-60. Yep. And Milos no longer is.
I am going to Misty Step to the same location. So we have 2 on the inside.
Okay. Seeing Clemens do this, Faye
Can you
also
take someone with
whoops
you
and
into Misty Step?
Yeah, where?
now leaving
No, you
Milos in the
cannot.
dark.
Oh,
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Thunderstep that lets you take someone with you, I think.
Yeah, and Dimension Door.
That too.
Yeah,
Before it
those
got
both
dark,
work.
did Mila see any hinges that, because the door opens outward?
Wait, how did?
Will you move me inside? I'm not sure. Okay, thank
There
you.
you go. Milos, what was that?
Before all the light Misty stepped inside, did he see any hinges on the door since it opens outward?
There are hinges, but they're not like you could just easily pop them open. They're They're pretty heavy metal stuff, pretty well protected. I mean, this is a castle built to, be
Sort of not.
Built to be impressive and
built to be
like
impressive, and
a
yeah.
decoration piece, not actually secured.
Yep.
My
Do
favorite
they
part was go to
happen to
castles.
just have some giant bar on the inside of the door we can just take off?
There is a giant bar on the inside of the door. Once you spin around to look at
Alright.
it, little light source.
Let's get this bar off the door.
Team lift.
All right. Can one of you make me an athletics check at advantage, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna help Clemens because my
Alright.
strength is 8.
All right.
I can't really help that.
Clemens, you feel great in this air, and you feel like standing in this pool of blood, you feel almost even better. And with Faye at your side, keeping watch, protecting you, making sure that everything goes well here, you just feel like everything's going perfect, and you just effortlessly toss this bar aside, and the door begins to creak outward slightly.
This is one of the most pirate things we've done in a long time, and it makes me happy. Makes me feel energized.
Just clap Clemens on the back. Nice.
I'll hand you back your light when you come through. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Click.
I can see again. I love being able to see.
Yeah, so you have 30-60, and Clemens no longer does. Updating tokens. Okay, hold on for a second while I'm updating things, just in case. Okay, you may now move. You may now move.
Yo.
Carrick, as you approach, the statue directly in front of you and to your right, the head just starts to slowly creak down towards you. It's very slow at this point, but it's definitely moving to watch you.
Oh no.
I've got detect magic up at all times for this.
Okay.
That's kind of unsettling. Does anyone else see that? As he's like looking up at the statue.
Are these the automated defenses we were warned about?
Security.
Carrick looks at the other one. Is the other one also staring at him?
The other one has not moved, but Leroy, with your detect magic up, yeah, both these statues are very magic. I'm not sure which school of magic this would be because my knowledge is lacking.
Automation. I'd assume it'd be some kind of enchantment.
I know conjuration is enchantment could make sense. Transmutation, maybe. I'm gonna go with transmutation.
Maybe.
They are overwhelmingly transmutation magic on the statues, but their eyes have a different aura. Each of them has 2 eyes, and each eye is emitting a different aura of evocation.
Oh. So they can definitely blast us with their eyes.
Like buy holders.
So just beware of the eyes, yeah?
Oh, okay.
With your, let's see. Once he mentions the eyes, Karik, with your passive investigation, you look up at the statue, which you're probably still looking at because it's looking at you.
Yeah, he's like staring at it super hard right now.
Yeah, as soon as Leroy mentions the eyes, you notice the eyes don't look right. The rest of these statues look perfect. Like they're perfectly sculpted, perfectly chiseled. Every element of them is just identical between these two and very smooth. They almost look lifelike. The eyes looked like somebody just took a gem and just jammed it into the stone and embedded it there. There's cracks around it. The eyes are kind of crooked and not quite centered properly. Something's off.
I'm gonna try a thing. And he's gonna extend a hand and cast Dispel Magic on the eyes specifically.
Okay, at what level?
3rd.
All right. One of the eyes, Leroy, the aura disappears.
Well, whatever you just did, it's not magical anymore.
Oh, both of them or just the one?
Just the one you targeted.
Just the one.
Okay, huh. And the other one also has 2 magic eyes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to spend all my resources for the day trying to get rid of these eyes. That doesn't seem very useful.
Do you think we could knock the gems loose? Those ones are just crammed in there.
Think they'll let us?
Well, you can always find out just how evoky do these eyes seem.
The School of Magic is evocation, but each one of them appears to have quite a different aura about it. Like they're all very unique.
Okay.
The patterns of the auras are significantly different, despite them being from the same School of Magic.
Well, it seems like they're all different and they're all very strong.
Not particularly strong, just very different.
Okay. That's what I meant.
Yeah. No,
Like
they're just
how
the notable thing about them is that they're not all like the same magic aura exactly. There's something different about each one. But I mean,
I see.
You just witnessed 3rd level Dispel Magic just cancel one, so
I guess that's fair. Okay. So they may be more of a, you know what? I'll try to. How tall are the statues?
oh, big. 18 feet tall, and they're on top of a pedestal.
And I
That
dropped
is
5
5 feet tall.
in order to have detect magic up. Could somebody? I was going to try and climb up one of these before I realized it's around 3 times my height.
As you approached it and start talking about it, this one, much like the other one did, Dakarik just watches you as you get close.
Yes, hello. Somebody help me up, or just pull one of the eyes out yourself. I mean,
I'll help.
I'm gonna...
I don't know if that's prudent.
Like,
Well,
have
my
you never
thought
pulled the
is-
gem eyes out of a statue before? You really have to get
Not
over this if you're
one-
going to adventure.
Not
alone.
one that is looking at me.
Well, they usually come to life, and then you just bash them a lot, and then you have gems and they don't. It's a little dangerous, but the best things in life don't come easy.
Maybe
Right,
I've
so
got
it
a-
seems like probably we sent Clemens up.
I've got a set of thieves' tools. I could try and pry him out or something.
I feel like Clemens is volunteering here.
I'm gonna start climbing the statue.
As soon as you touch it, the stone of the base begins to crumble,
Hmm.
and the statue shifts its feet and crushes the podium beneath it, and we're going to roll for initiative.
Doop.
We had to find out somehow.
Guys, watch out! The statues might come alive.
Never saw it coming.
Alright, well, let's hope I roll high. I have a Dispel Magic up.
And no, that didn't quite work out like I intended it to, but
wow,
you know
that's-
what,
that's
whatever.
pretty thick.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I'm gonna thunderstep away, guys. Have fun.
I don't know what Thunderstep is, but
It's
It
gonna
won't feel
hurt
very
me.
good.
My
All
work
right.
here is done.
Karik, you were up first.
oh, I like the new modules.
Yeah, installed it for you.
I heard that.
Also, the game's paused.
Ooh,
Yeah,
no.
thank you. There,
Oh,
music.
damn, cool.
It's not quite the vibe, but you know what? It's battle music. Whatever.
I still haven't been able to enable my Shadow Touch stuff. It's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
All right. How many times can I use this? Oh, sick. I'm going to use. Kirk's going to use his Runes of War.
Okay. What element are you picking?
Let's do. Is thunder an option? Yes, thunder.
All right. So everybody in that aura adds so 1d4, 6?
Yeah, 1d4.
1d4 thunder damage to each attack you
Thanks.
make with a weapon.
Oh,
Clemence's scarf immediately begins to glow.
Ooh.
And it's a bonus action, right? No, that's an action. Okay. Cool. I'll just do that.
Okay. That's your turn?
Yeah.
Right. Milos is up.
I'm gonna take 2 whacks at it with my quarterstaff.
Go for it.
Bonk. Attack. 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 9 bludgeoning, and was it lightning that's a d4?
Thunder.
Thunder.
Yeah,
Yep.
thunder. And 4 thunder damage.
Is your quarterstaff magic?
It is. It has radiant weapon on it.
Okay. Very good.
And I'll bonk it again for 27 to hit.
That's a hit.
Char-
For 11 bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning, I guess I should specify. And 1 thunder.
Okay. That does seem to affect it, yes.
Alright.
Any other actions, Milos?
That is all.
Leroy.
Alright. I look up and cast Dispel Magic at 5th level on the golem.
On the whole thing?
Yes, I mean specifically its eyes if I can only hit one part of it, but I think you can target a thing and end its magical effects or
Yes,
a magical
so
effect?
you can target a thing and its magical effects, or you can target a magical effect. So are you targeting an I or it?
It.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
All right. At 5th level, I don't know. Do I roll?
Yes.
Okay. And that is just a spell attack, essentially, right?
It would be a charisma check.
Right, but I think it just sort of functions as a spell attack, right?
No, spell attack adds proficiency.
It's just a spellcasting modifier. Yeah, you're not proficient in. That's an abjuration wizard thing.
Okay, so it is just my.
Charisma.
It's just +4 then, correct?
Yeah, just your charisma.
Okay. 11.
Your spell does not seem to have an effect.
Okay. Okay. I think I may have rolled that incorrectly in the past. And that is my spell for the turn. That's a pain. Sit here.
Bonus action, etc.
I don't have any bonus actions that are useful.
Clements.
Clement's booming blades.
Fakum.
Yeah, let me see if I hit. Does a 15 hit?
That is not a hit, unfortunately.
All right. Just gonna make another attack.
You swing at it with your booming blade, and your blade just scrapes along the armor without finding purchase.
All right, pass turn.
That's unfortunately another miss.
My
All
first
right.
roll was a crit. It all balances out.
Yes.
I do like that forged a million billion years ago.
Yeah, I always chuckle when I see that.
The flavor text, yeah. Okay. It is going to move up here, meaning Malice, you're getting talk of opportunity. Leroy, you can take an opportunity punch if you want.
You know, I think it might not be worth it.
I'll try and bonk it. Why
right.
not?
Might as well. I mean, unless you have other
15 to hit?
reactions. That's a miss.
I don't think I
Yikes.
took Warcaster, so.
All right.
Y'all telling me to take stats? I don't have Warcaster right now, guys.
Wait, how big is this? Actually, not very big. It's gonna... Just gonna hit you two, I guess. I thought this was larger. Alright, no, it should come from... It can come from any of its squares, right. Okay, so it's gonna come from here.
Nice.
And...
Enough carries. It's
It's gonna hit two of you either way, I guess. Yeah, it was originally gonna hit you two, so I'll just do that. That makes most sense. Alright, so you two in that area make a Constitution saving throw versus poison. As it opens up its mouth, the mouth just kind of drops like a hinge, just... And then it tilts over and a poison fog rolls out over you.
That was flatulence.
My weapon was all charged up with thunder. It didn't get to connect to anything, so it just kind of discharges into the poison.
Yes, so I still need Karik's save.
I'm trying to find it in my equipment. So do the lungs have an effect on this?
Oh, possibly. I believe you're just immune to poison, right? Poison fumes?
I don't think I copied it down.
Ventilating lungs. These lungs allow you to breathe normally in any environment, including a vacuum. You have advantage on saving throws versus harmful gases such as poison. Yes, so you have advantage on this.
Cool.
Technically any harmful gases, not just poison too. Neat. So yeah, okay, you both pass. Hi, Lily. Hi. So you take, on a success, this is already halved, 22 points of poison damage.
All right.
How many points?
22 already halved for the success.
God damn.
Nikareth, you're up.
Oh boy. Well, as a bonus action, I will move up. I believe the range on my thing is 10 feet. And as a bonus action, summon my... Wait, Body of the Astral Self is a reaction? That can't be right.
Body of the Astral Self gives you a reaction when you have it.
Oh.
I believe is what that is. What are you looking?
Okay.
What are you looking to
that's
do?
What it does. Use my bonus action to summon.
Yeah, you summon
my
all of it as
wizard
one.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one
that's 2 points. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's still just 2 points.
It's 1 key point to summon the arms. The visage is another key point. Yes.
Yeah, and the body doesn't cost anything.
The body is automatic when you have both summoned. Yes.
Okay. Just double checking since we haven't used that one before.
That's new. Yeah, it's true.
So I have 9 key points left. I can use that ability.
So it needs to make a dex save, right?
Yeah.
It fails.
Woohoo.
It's a total
wait,
of 1.
that's not right. I clicked the wrong thing. Whoops.
Yeah, click damage for that. 16. Okay, 16 force.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sweet. And then I can make 2 unarmed strikes. Here. $20 hit?
20 is a hit, yeah. Is that a template here?
5 force damage, second attack, 23 to hit, another
That's a hit.
5 force damage.
Alright.
Garbage damage, but at least I hit.
Yeah. Good.
Additional D4s on both of those.
Oh shit. Does it apply to unarmed strikes?
Good question. Is it the weapons increase on damage, or is it weapon attacks? Because there's still weapon attacks, technically. It's one of those weird things.
Let's see.
It's one of those weird things like Holy Weapon doesn't work because it specifies the weapon increases, but
Melee
still-
strikes are still weapon attack or
Exactly.
melee weapon attacks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's specifically the weapons.
okay. Unfortunate.
Damn. Alright.
I'm sorry.
Faye.
Well, that's my turn.
All right, I'm gonna move a little closer up here, and then I'm gonna do twin firebolts, 1 on each eye.
Okay. Go ahead and make me those rolls.
All right, first attack, 16.
That is not a hit, unfortunately.
Okay, let's attack again. 21.
That is a hit.
Okay. 22 damage. Look at that shit.
All right. You miss the right eye, but as you pull back the arcane energy and fire 2 beams at once, it's understandable that one of them would miss. The other one hits the left eye square on, dead on, and that eye just shatters. Just entirely gone. There's shards of crystal rain over Clemens and Karik.
Hell yeah. Bonus action, cast spiritual weapon. And I will attack the other eye with it. God damn. Okay, so 10 damage to the other eye.
I'm sorry, I've been muted for a bit. Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah, I was wondering.
And yes, you shatter the other eye. My cat was going crazy, so I muted and forgot to unmute.
It's okay.
Alright.
Alright, pass turn.
Drost, you're up.
Alright, make sure I'm not muted. Let's go.
You're muted.
I'm not muted, I checked.
Well, I don't know about that. I can't hear you.
4. 5, 6. Alright, since I can't make it normally, I'm gonna do dash action to here and man, all the bonus actions I have. I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay. As you approach that section there, the other one wakes up.
Oh.
Carrick, it is your turn.
Surprise.
Remember as 1 through 8?
A through like G or whatever. Like, Carrick, you attacking? Yep, that's a hit. All right. Yep, that's all magical.
Wouldn't a double-bladed scimitar just be more dangerous to you?
Yeah, but it looks cooler.
It looks
dude.
cooler, dude. It's got to get that pulp right
Drip.
in. All right, that's a hit. That's another 10 damage, and then your additional. Does the additional damage only apply once per turn, or is it just every attack?
I think it's every attack.
I think so too.
I think that's why it's a D4.
Yeah, it's very similar to a paladin spell.
Yeah. Yeah, when it hits with the weapon attack. So.
Another D4. All right. That's 2 hits, 2 sets of the same damage. Is this the bonus attack? Bonus action attack?
Yes.
Okay. It's a miss, unfortunately. Scrape along the armor to no effect. After the first 2 hits hit it blocks the third with its shield. Or a very bulky brace around its arm, rather.
Gotcha. All right. That actually, I am going to have Carrick move around the spirit, or move by the spiritual weapon over here.
Okay. Milos. And just as a time note here, we're approaching 9 p.m., so what I want to do is finish this round of combat, pause there, and then we'll pick up in mid-combat next time.
All right.
So I'll just finish
I
this round so
will
everybody gets a turn. But
take out my crossbow, load it up, and take 2 shots.
go for it.
23 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 10 magical piercing.
Okay.
And 1 thunder, and I have Quiver of Energy active right now.
Okay.
I
I want to say an additional d6 or something.
I know it's a D6, but I don't remember
Roll
the
a
damage
D60.
types.
I
So
think-
I'm gonna say fire, I guess.
Okay.
I kind of wanted it to be thunder, but I don't think I get thunder. It's a 6 fire damage.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So you fire your bolt, and it hits, and it does some thunder damage and pierces the armor a little bit, but the fire hits it and seems to get sucked up into it and doesn't seem to hurt it. In fact,
Alright.
it looks like the bolt just got popped back out, and there doesn't appear to be any visible wound where the crossbow bolt landed.
That is good to know. I'll take another shot. 18.
Okay. That's not a hit.
Okay. And that is all.
All right. Leroy.
All right. Because I have not made changes yet to my character sheet, I will pull out my bell and toll the dead.
Oh, the dead. Yes. That is wisdom save?
DC 17.
That is a 14 total.
Whoa! I don't think I've ever done damage except to a party member with this spell. Oh, hold up. It is dealing.
What if the
It's been damaged, right?
Yes.
D12s, baby! 20 necrotic
20
damage.
necrotic. All right.
That's with necrotic with an A. All right. I
Interestingly,
believe that- yeah.
when you cast the spell, it feels like it does even more than you expect down here.
Does it feel like the fog around me is stimulated by it?
It does, and it feels like let's see. I was gonna say you could re-roll dice, but you rolled really well, so
Yeah, that's pretty
you may
silly.
re-roll if you want.
I'll keep a statistically above average roll.
Okay, sure. So you deal 20 damage.
But I'll bear that in mind.
It's looking pretty hurt.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, I can move again.
Yoink. All right, Clemens.
Booming blade.
Million billion years ago. That's a miss,
No hit.
unfortunately.
Attack.
Attack.
No hit.
I'm
Pass turn.
so sorry.
It's all good. I
Okay.
had another crit success in the last time that we talked.
All right. So it is going to make an attack against Carrick. That is a natural 1. It is going to attack again. That is a 22 to hit.
Shield.
All right. Does that block it?
I believe so. Let me check my AC real quick. Yes.
All right, so it completely misses you with its sword, and then it goes to punch at you when its torso just kind of spins abruptly in an unnatural manner. But you raise an arcane shield, and it glances off the shield instead of impacting you directly. You take no damage. Nakareth.
Punchy.
Punchy.
23 to hit.
That's a hit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I am
That's
sorry.
3d8 that I rolled a 1 on.
You should
second
take necrotic
attack.
damage.
That's a miss.
Yep. Feeling spicy. Bonus action flurry of blows.
Pop. Miss.
Nope.
Miss.
Balls.
All right. Faye.
Okay, so I'm going to cast a fireball between them. I'm pretty sure I could do this like high up enough so that it just
Oh,
hits
yeah.
like the top of them. Yeah.
They're very tall, and this is a very big room.
Oh yeah. All right. So we're gonna cast
right.
that bad boy. I know it's gonna make me place this. Just like I'm just doing it. I know it's not gonna hit drastic,
Oh.
right?
Magic.
Cool.
I look
That's
sick though.
Awesome.
Fire.
All right.
You've been doing some fun shit,
I
huh?
have.
Yeah, damn man, that's wild.
Foundry's cool.
Should I just roll damage and then you do the
Yep.
saves? All right. Solid.
All right. As you cast Fireball, they both watch it approach, and they both just swing both of their arms back and just like they're just taking it. They both willingly fail the dex save. The fire hits around them and swirls into both of them, and now they're both standing a little taller.
No, old. Does my
Yeah,
feet not
yeah.
affect this? Does my feet not affect this?
Your feat is about ignoring damage immunities, right? Or damage resistances.
Resistance, yeah.
They are absorbing the fire to use it. They're like literally like they both open their mouths and like they slurp the fire.
Faye, get a bell.
Alright, I've made a mistake. Bonus action, I'm gonna have my spiritual weapon just dong on the...
Hey,
I'm gonna move it
He
up
was
here.
originally spec'd as a healer.
I'm gonna dong it on this guy.
All right, go for it.
Um,
Swing.
Yep.
Sorry, are you attacking the low one or the high one? Not that it matters much, but for HP.
the low
sure.
one.
Okay, 28 is a hit.
Yep.
8 force damage. Alrighty.
And that's it.
Very good. Dross, the one you woke up is gonna actually not attack you directly.
Oh.
It's gonna do this. He unhinges its jaw, and then just poison fog rolls out over the three of you. All three of you make a Constitution saving throw.
Imagine failing a con saving throw.
Dross
I would
passes. Karuk fails. Unless you'd like to flash your genius, I didn't give you a chance for that. Nakarath is on that, yep.
Fuck.
Con save, please.
Yeah, he'll flash that.
Okay, that's a pass. All three of you pass. That is a lucky roll, my friend. What the fuck?
Oh no, that's a DC.
I'm not telling you the DC, but that's a pass. Alright, all three of you already have 24 points of poison damage.
Okay, so have that.
24
no,
is...
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I take no damage.
It was a 49. You take no damage?
I believe I am now
Immune to
Or is that
poison,
next day?
right? Or when is that? I don't know when that
at
happens.
this level.
Purity of body, immune to disease and poison. Yep,
Yeah, alright, sweet.
you're fine.
Hallelujah.
All right.
But that was like 11 or 12.
Dross, you're up.
Let's see. How many giants mites do I have? I still only have 2.
Something like
I'm
that.
gonna save it. I'm gonna do a triple swingy on this boy. So 1 and 2
Hit.
and 3
Hit.
Damn son.
damage.
It's unfortunate. It's magic. Yep.
Damage. That's 28 bludgeoning damage.
28 bludgeoning damage.
Magical. No giant's might.
Very good. Looking pretty hard again.
Flat damage. Bop, bop, bop. And let's see. A bonus action fire chain him. See what that does.
Did you say fire?
All right. Bonus action fire chain. That's a strength save.
Yes. DC 15.
It rolled an 8, so that's a fail.
Well, it's restrained.
You get D4s too.
When you hit,
Slash roll 2D.
you get 3d4 for hitting 3 attacks. Yep.
Okay.
Um.
So 5 fire damage.
Okay. As you hit it with the chains, they become normal chains, and as the fire gets absorbed into it, and it looks to stand a little taller.
Okay, but it took another 7 damage from the D4s.
Okay.
So. And it is restrained.
Yes. While restrained, it takes fire damage at the start of each of its turns. Repeat the saving throw. Okay, gotcha. Mark that. Cool. That brings us to the end of the combat round, and as I mentioned before, I would like to call it here, unless people desperately want to keep going. But
No,
it is 9 p.m. So
I need to go to bed.
yeah, I figured. So I'll pause the game here. We'll pick up mid-combat next time, and depending on if Eli joins you, they might just decide to leave Juno behind finally and end up back here at the start of at the start of their turn or something. We'll see.
Thank you very much for
All right, thank
Sure
you.
thing. Thanks for playing.
1,000-foot descent.
Yes, indeed. Somehow they got fly. I don't know.
Something feels wrong.
I feel like the tiny bit of fire damage health back is worth the restrained status.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Tactically likely, yes.
Yeah.
Especially
What if
since,
there's
like,
green
one of
food
my
then? Healthy
attacks.
improvement.